What's up, guys? It is the T-Ball, and I am back with another video. Before I start, if you guys could hit that like button and subscribe for more Brooklyn Nets, Jeremy Lin, and NBA videos. Your support is greatly appreciated, as I appreciate and love all you guys who support me and comment, like. It means the world to me. So, with that being said, let's just get straight into it. So today we're going to be going over Coach Jeremy Lin and the Brooklyn Nets. Their loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 116 to 108, on Friday night in Barclays Center. That took place at 7:30 p.m. So, just a quick update. I am back from a little bit of an absence, about a little over a week. I've been very busy with the holidays and some work. So I hope you guys all had a great one, and there really wasn't too much that I missed. And Nets just have lost more games to the Jazz, Pacers, etc. The Wizards. So it's not looking good without Lin, as they lost another one today. But there were definitely some nice positives for the Nets loss against the Cavs. So the Nets have been losing badly without Lin, as I said before, but it just hasn't been really too interesting to watch the Nets without Lin. But I decided to watch tonight's game as I had a little bit of time, and it was pretty interesting. So some key box score stats: 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 dimes for Kevin Love. 36 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals for LeBron James. Kyrie Irving with 32 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. He shot 10 of 26 from the field. For the Nets, Trevor Booker, 13 points, 12 boards, and 4 assists. Brook Lopez, 17 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 5 turnovers. Bojan Bogdanovic, 23 points and 4 assists. He played very nice. He played nicely today. I'm pretty sure he started as well. 10 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, and 1 steal for Whitehead off the bench. Kenny chose to start Spencer Dinwiddie for tonight's game, which was questionable in my opinion, as Dinwiddie hasn't been playing too well since coming to the Nets. And for Karis LeVert, he had 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists off the bench, and that 19 points is a career high for him. So it was a close game at first, in the first quarter and midway through the second. The Nets really got lucky with fouling Thompson. He went 0 of 9 from the free throw line during a stretch, which he's just horrendous free throw shooter. I actually looked up some of his free throw percentages going into this game, and he's actually not that bad. He's only around 60% for his career, and 0 of 9, that was just terrible. And I want to say that in the first half, the Nets were getting pretty unfavorable calls even at home, as the Cavs, their problem I have with them is that, and the reason why I don't like their team, is because every little call, they'll just make a whole scene out of it. If a call does not go their way, they're just gonna, LeBron's gonna start crying, the whole bench goes up, the temper tantrum. And at one point in the second quarter, when LeBron got called for an offensive foul, he slammed the ball onto the floor. Should have been a tech. The refs just looked at him and didn't call anything. If you just switch say it was Trevor Booker, okay, if Booker did that instead of LeBron, tech. So it's honestly, the Cavs, they just get so many superstar calls, favorable calls for them, and I can see why many teams could get frustrated playing against them, because none of their calls will be going their way. So sorry for that quick rant, but that was just so annoying in that first half. But the Nets were, they actually had a lead a couple times throughout the first half, but then LeBron went on, it was like a 9-0 run by himself, and the Cavs actually had a 16-point lead in the first half at one point, I'm pretty sure. But then the Nets got a couple of baskets to cut it to 11 at the end of the first half. In the second half, it was a 24-point Cavs lead at one point. They just blew the game out. But then the Nets went on a 15-0 run from the end of the third quarter to the start of the fourth quarter, and things were looking really good. And eventually they cut the Cavs lead to just 6, but that was the most they can cut it down to, as Irving went on a tear. He scored 11 straight points just by himself, and by that point, the Nets cut it to 8 points, 7 points multiple times, but they just couldn't get over the hump to cut it down to anything like a 5-point game. So Brooklyn they got close, but not close enough. Close, but no cigar. I did like how they played. They played with some grit after going down 24 points. Came back, hustled, got some lay-ins, drew some fouls, played some great defense, at the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth. And I think what would kind of hurt the Nets' momentum in the fourth quarter and basically when Irving went on a run was when Kenny, with his stubborn rotations, took out Lopez. Even though Lopez just had a dunk over Fry, he was finding guys for open shots. I'm pretty sure he found uh no, I take it back. Sorry, this was a different play. So sorry for that. Never mind. But Lopez does see the floor when he gets it on the post. He kicks it out to the open guy. If the open guy makes the extra pass, the guy who got the pass will get an even better shot. So with Lopez playing and being on the floor for the Nets, he opens up the floor with his 3-point shooting, his vision, and he also plays some great defense. And I think that was the major mistake Kenny made, was taking Lopez out and still following his own stubborn rotations, even though the Nets were going on a run. So, anyways, I did like how Whitehead played. Whitehead got demoted to the bench in favor of Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually picked up 3 fouls in the first quarter, which is kind of crazy. And that just shows you how the Cavs got so many favorable calls. Whitehead in general is a pretty turnover prone guard, but in general he played pretty well tonight. Double double, 10 points, 10 boards. Made up for Lopez's only 1 rebound game, but in my opinion, I don't think Whitehead is much of a point guard. In my opinion, he is a combo guard, a point guard, shooting guard. He's 6'4", has the size to play both positions, and it just doesn't seem like he has the court vision and the feel of a point guard, if that makes sense. I know Whitehead's only a rookie, but if you watch him play, you can see like where his ceiling is, if that makes sense. He's not really a point guard. He's a hustle guy, can play both positions at different times, and I think a good comparison for him is Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is on the Boston Celtics. He switches from point guard to shooting guard. He can even play small forward at some points. He's not a great shooter, but he's a great hustle guy, great defender. Except I feel that for Whitehead's a better shooter than Smart, and Smart is a better passer than Whitehead. But they are very similar in a style of play. So if you want to see more comparisons, you can just look up Marcus Smart and some of his highlights, and you can see how Whitehead is very similar to Smart in at least the defensive side. Let me just see in other notes. I also thought Karis LeVert played extremely well. He was amazing tonight. Career high. What was it? 17 points tonight? Yep. Or was it? Oh, was it 19? Let me just see. Yeah, I think it was 19 points. So, excuse me, 19 points. Sorry if I said 17 before. I don't know. My handwriting is kind of whack right now. I can't really read it, but LeVert overall, he played amazingly tonight. He was hitting some pretty, like, contested threes, open threes. He drove in for nice lay-ins. He has a great feel of the game. You can tell he can play point guard at times, shooting guard at times, small forward at times. And I think a great comparison for him is Nick Batum. And I think Karis LeVert played well, and I think he's gonna have a great NBA career. I think he should be definitely starting for the Nets next year, bearing that the Nets get like a strong starting shooting guard, which they probably won't in free agency this summer. But I think Karis LeVert has tremendous potential, and he should definitely be starting right now, in my opinion, over Bogdanovich. Even though Bogdanovich, going to him, he played very nicely today, 23 points, 4 assists, and he shot the ball very well. The problem with Bogdanovich is that he's too inconsistent. He'll have one of these great games, and then he'll follow it up with two or three duds. So I think what the Nets should do with Bogdanovich, considering Bogdanovich is going into restricted free agency, and the Nets shouldn't really waste cap space or too much cap space on Bogdanovich this offseason, as I can definitely see Bogdanovich getting around 12 to 14 million a year, considering many teams love guards who can just shoot the three, spread the floor, and they don't really see how inconsistent Bogdanovich is yet until they get him on the team. So we'll see. But overall, it was a very pretty fun game to watch. Considering no Lin, for Lin, I don't know. He's not been getting too many updates. He's basically been going day to day with the Nets doctors, and I think Lin will probably come back in around I say maybe 2 weeks is about right. But by that time, and I think for most of you guys know, I don't think the Nets are making the playoffs. It's kind of over. But there's always next season. I think they'll have a great chance as long as Lin stays starting. He has the ball in his hands for next season, and he can make plays. I really want Kenny to stop with this motion offense garbage, in my opinion, or at least try to split into at least like 50% motion offense, 50% pick and roll with Lin and Lopez if Lopez is still on the Nets by next year, or even by the trade deadline. So, we'll see. But thanks guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to leave a like. I will be putting up a non, Nets related video. It's gonna be very interesting. Probably trigger some of you, Knicks fans. But stay tuned for that, as it's gonna be pretty interesting to watch. So once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more NBA, Brooklyn Nets, and Jeremy Lin videos. Once again, I appreciate all you guys, and your support means the world to me. Hope you guys all have a great one. Hope you had great holidays. Spend time with your family, friends, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.